Rushdie and my metric number is A2A082. Today, I want to explain the inflation trends observed in Malaysia during the initial months of 2023, exploring their impact across various sectors including food, transport, health, and education. In January 2023, Malaysia experienced a consistent inflation rate ranging between 2.8% and 3.3%. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, the recorded inflation rate for January was 3.7%, slightly lower than 3.8% in December 2022. The index, a gauge of the general price level, stood at 129.5, reflecting a notable increase from the previous year's figure of 134.9 for the same month. Moving into February 2023, the inflation rate in Malaysia remained stable at 3.7%, identical to that of January. The index of February was recorded at 129.8, showcasing a marginal increase from the preceding month's index of 129.5. These inflation trends have had a widespread impact across multiple sectors. Sectors such as food, transport, health, and education have all been affected, experiencing varying degrees of price changes due to this inflationary pressure. In summary, Malaysia has witnessed consistent inflation rates between 2.8% and 3.3% during January and February 2023. The persistent inflation has influenced several sectors, highlighting the need for further analysis and potential measures to manage these effects. Next, I will talk about the inflation by main group. For food and non-alcoholic beverages, in January 6.7% and for February 7.0%. For health, in January 1.6% and for February was 1.8%. Next, for transport, in January 4.0% and February 3.0%. Then, for clothing and footwear, in January the inflation rate at 0.5% and February at 0.4%. And lastly, for education, the inflation rate in January was 1.3% and February was 1.6%. After that, I will brief the inflation for subgroup food and beverages. For food at home, the rate for inflation in January was at 5.1% and February was 5.8%. For rice, bread, and other cereals, both months, January and February, are at 6.7%. For meat in January, we have 8.3% and for February, 9.0%. For fish and seafood, the rate also for both months are at 3.2%.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Nur Ashka Kristina Muhammad Rizwan and my metric number is A22A1294. Today, I'm excited to share how the government initiatives are enhancing the life of the B40 group. The government enhanced social security scheme like SKSSR aid housewives while acknowledging potential impact on low-income group. It also protects individuals from domestic disaster and disability. Additionally, educational support programs, including hostels such One Hostel and One Rural Hostel, between 2011 and 2014, 1.51 million students received financial aid, including QAM and Supplementary Meal Plan (RMT) in their school canteen. It significantly reduced student dropout. Through housing assistance and income support initiative, the government fortified safety nets for vulnerable B40 households, benefiting thousands in need. These include housing assistance programs such as the Home Assistance Program (PBR), People-Friendly House, and Affordable House. This assistance is provided to the disabled such as a special person and those who are unable to work. Recognizing income growth disparities, the government is researching minimum wage policies to combat reduced saving and vulnerability to price increase among the B40 group. Forecasting moderate GDP growth, the focus is on enhancing social security schemes to reduce financial stress. In summary, this multi-phase initiative signify the government commitment to uplift the B40 community by addressing social security, education, safety nets, and income disparities. These efforts aim not just for the financial stability but also to improve overall quality of life for the B40 demographic. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Putri Ilya Natasha Madi Osman. My metric number is A22E0861. Today, I'm going to talk about case study 2, inflation creeping up in the standard of living and economic group. Question C, differentiate between short-run full capacity and long-run full employment. Okay, short-run full capacity and long-run full employment are two different concepts in microeconomic that relate to the level of output and employment in the economy. Short-run full capacity is the situation where the economy is producing at the maximum possible level of output given the existing level of capital and technology. In the short run, some factors of production are fixed, capital and land, while others are variable, such as labor and raw materials. Therefore, the economy can increase its output by increasing of use the variable factors such as hiring more workers and using more materials. Okay. However, there is a limit to how much output can be increased in the short run, as the fixed factor eventually become a constraint. Okay, as an example, in the near run, the article addresses difficulties such as rising inflation, particularly in components such as food, transportation, health, and education. Furthermore, short-run concerns may include immediate obstacles and reactions to economic swing, such as the impact of flooding and output of the prospective price increases. Furthermore, action implemented by the Ministry of Human Resources and the Social Security Organization (SOCSO), such as enhancing the housewife social security scheme (SKSSR) might be viewed as a short-term intervention to address specific difficulties. Long-run full employment is the situation where the economy is producing at its potential level of output, okay, which is determined in the quantity and quality of all factors in production, such as capital, labor, land, and technology. In the long run, all factors of production are variable, and the economy can adjust them to achieve the optimal combination of output and employment. Long-run full employment implies that there is no cyclical employment which is caused by insufficient aggregate demand. Okay. However, there may still be some frictional or structural employment which is caused by imperfect information, mismatch of skills, or other factors that prevent workers from finding suitable jobs. Long-run full employment is also consistent with a stable rate of inflation as the economy is neither overheating nor underperforming. Okay, the article, for example, addresses longer-term phenomena such as income growth, gaps between income categories, and the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, okay, on households sliding from the M40 to the B40 category. Okay. Furthermore, information concerning Malaysia minimum wage and the ideal for living wage baseline sheds light on a long-term worries about income levels and living standards. Furthermore, long-run factors include continuous economic development as evident by GDP growth prediction for 2023. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nomaisara binti Mustafa and my metric number is A22A0682. Today, I would like to analyze how an improvement in technology affect the equilibrium output and price level of an economy based on the diagram I have included in the slide. First of all, price level remain the same. The overall price level in the economy is constant. This means that in general, the price of goods and services are not changing. Next, increase in output Y from Y0 to Y1. Despite the constant price level, the economy output represented by Y is increasing. This increase in output suggests that the economy is becoming more productive. Aggregate supply curve shift to the right from AS0 to AS1. The aggregate supply curve represented the total quantity of goods and service that all industry in economy are willing and able to produce at different price level. In this case, the curve shift to the right, indicating increase in the economy overall productive capacity. Next, higher level of output at any given price. Due to the technology improvement, the economy is now capable of producing a higher level of output at any given price. In other words, the same price as before can now support a greater quantity of goods and services being produced. In summary, this slide reflects the positive impact of technological progress on the economy. Technological improvement enhance productivity, allow the economy to produce more output without expressing a rise in the overall price level. This concept is consistent with the idea that investment in technology contribute to economic growth and increase efficiency. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Ibrahim Bejari and my matrix number A22A0395. Today, I would like to present about the impact of increasing consumption, high risk, government spending and unexpected internet shock. This presentation aims to shed light of the dynamic landscape of economy. In the first scenario, we see the impact of high income on consumption amid inflation in food and transportation and rising health and education costs affecting lower income group. High income induces a rightward shift in the aggregate demand curve. At the same time, short-term aggregate supply experienced a temporary increase in production. As a result, economic expansion with increased production, but the accompanying inflation put pressure on consumer purchase power. Turning to the second scenario, we investigate the impact of high wage rate for all workers. Despite wage growth of 9.1%, persistent income inequality, and the transition from M40 to B40 led to challenge. High wage result in leftward shift of the aggregate demand curve, coupled with reduced consumer spending in aggregate demand. This situation further stagflation characterized by high price and lower economic output, presenting a formidable challenge. Next, we examine the effect of an increase in government spending due to an expanding fiscal policy. As the government addressed social protection with improvement to the housewives' social security scheme, aggregate demand shift to the right. In addition, the waste and internal increase its production in the short-term aggregate supply. The result is short-term economic expansion, but sustainability depends on the overall capacity of the economy. Finally, we face the effect of an external shock, the destruction of coastal factory caused by the tsunami. This external shock result is a leftward shift in the aggregate supply curve due to factory destruction. At the same time, aggregate demand experienced a decline due to economic destruction. The result was a significant drop in production. Accompanied by high price, the economy is struggling with reduced production capacity and rising costs in the challenge period.